Good morning, or whatever day, whatever time of the day you are in. So this is our first topic, lesson one, but this is just part one. So introduction to quality management system and process improvement and quality management system in the IT-BPM industry. So for the objective of this discussion, define what processes and business processes are, explain what quality management system is, explain what process improvement is, identify about the common processes improvement methodologies, explain the importance of using process improvement methodologies, describe globally recognized quality management system or standards. The following are ISO 9001, 2008 Standards and Certification Process, COPC Standards and Certification Process, CMMI Capability Model and Certification Process, SCM Capability Model and Certification Process, and of course the PQA or the Philippine Quality Award. So these are the definition of terms that you need to remember. As you can see, there are a lot in your you can see it in your screen, so kindly read that and understand that. Some of them are simple definition of terms. Some of them you have already encountered. So the first, so here is it. Muna siya tanan, ha? So now we define process and business process. So processes, a collection of activities that takes one or more kind of input and create an output. A sequence of interdependent link step that which at every stage consume one or more input. So this input may be in forms of time, energy, money to create an output, whether the output is software or hardware or data, it's just software, or material, which is a hardware. So that is the definition of process. So business process. A business process is a series of steps specifically designed to produce a product or service. A business process begins with an organizational objective and ends with the achievement of the business objective. So as you can see, there's not much difference between a process and a business process. However, of course, for the sake of differentiation, business processes are engineered with an end product in mind, a product or a service. These types of processes are also designed with consideration for the end customer's specification. A common challenge, though, for organization is to align the tasks required to complete a business process across all departments involved. So many process-oriented organizations break down the barriers of structural departments and to try to avoid functional silos. So technically, there's not much difference between a process and a business processes. It's just that when you're talking about business processes, these are specific to a certain business. How they process, how they do the steps in creating an output, whether that output is a product or in a form of service. So don't forget about that, okay? So next is, this is an activity. If you were if we are in a old normal, this is what you're going to do, paired activity. But for this, it's okay if you have 3 in a group, can do this. And do not neglect this because I'm going to let you comment below what have you done and who are your group members, okay? So work with the person, not on your right, but with 2 more other persons, so 3 in a group. On a sheet of paper, list down the steps you take to get ready for school every day. You can be detailed as you like. Arrange and number your activities chronologically. So don't forget to list down the steps you take in getting ready for school every day. Let's just say you are, even now in our new normal. What are the activities that you do before you come to class, online class? Can be as detailed as you want. It's up to you. You can have just one partner, or you can have a group of three. Then of course, don't forget to arrange and number your steps, or array chronologically, depende ninyo. So you might ask, ano pa activity si ma'am? So the rationale of this actually, of this exercise, is to make you understand that if you want to arrive to a certain result, those activities you do are called process. So please do the activity. Okay? So this is our first activity actually. So now we go to quality management system. Actually, these definitions are what I have Googled up. The links are at the end of the slide. There are also definition that was given by the IT-BPM or the IBPA. So if you can see, quality management is a system, is a cloud-based software as a solution, or SaaS, that helps organization review and document their procedures, processes, and responsibilities that help them achieve predetermined standard. So another definition is a quality management system, or QMS, is defined as a formalized system that documents process, procedures, and responsibilities for achieving quality policies and objectives. A QMS helps coordinate and direct an organization's activities to meet customer and regulatory requirements and improve its effectiveness and efficiency on a continuous basis. So as you can see, organization applies QMS so that not only to satisfy their customer, but of course to meet regulatory requirements, because there are certain requirements by the law, by policymakers, or the certain policies of the industry you are in, that you have also to conform. Having a quality management system ensures that you can be more effective and efficient in dealing with your daily business transactions. So these are all the definitions of QMS. So however, QMS, this definition is given by IDPAP, which is, it doesn't actually shy away to the definition of QMS I have Googled up. So this is the definition I gave you in the one that I Googled up, is to give you comparison and other definition of QMS. So QMS is an organization's collective documentation of processes, policies, plans, and practices. This enables achievement of the goals and objectives set by providing consistency and satisfaction in terms of method, materials, equipment, among others. So think of QMS as a wedge that both holds the gains achieved along the quality journey and prevents good practices from slipping. So as you can see here in the illustration, the triangle illustration, or the wedge, is the one, is your QMS. So the circle is your business. So QMS holds and gains achieved along the quality journey. So it is your rudder, your direction, so that your organization maintains quality output. And then QMS is the collection of processes across organization. An effective documented QMS will ensure that both the customer and organization requirement are met. So what are the organizations and customer requirement that you have to meet? So the customer requirement, of course, is the confidence in the ability of the organization to deliver the desired product and services and consistently meeting their needs and expectation. So customer requirement, when you go to Jollibee or any food store, what are your expectation? You are expecting, actually, you are confident that Jollibee, I'm using Jollibee as an example, that Jollibee, you are confident that Jollibee can deliver you the desired product you need, or the desired service you need consistently. So if tomorrow you want to eat in Jollibee again, the same quality product, the same quality service are given consistently. So these are your quality as customer requirements. And we are all customers, right? So another requirement is the organization's requirement. So these are both internally and externally and at an optimum cost with efficient use of available resources, materials, human, technology, and information. So technically the requirement of QMS, if done well, the requirement of the organization is to be efficient and effective in providing service to the customer. So they can use materials or resources at an optimum cost, less waste. Okay, less waste. And then they can use everything na wala kaayo yung mga wastage. So QMS enables an organization to achieve the goal and objective set out in its policy and strategy. It provides consistency and satisfaction in terms of methods, material, equipment, among others, and interact with all activities of the organization, beginning with the identification of customer requirement and ending with their satisfaction and at every transaction interface. So QMS, like I said, process man po siya. So from start to the end of doing business, you are consistent by applying QMS in your system. So that's on QMS. So what are the purpose of QMS? You might ask. The goal of a QMS system is to provide balik-balik consistency. Your customer should know what to expect from your company. So if we're talking about food industry, we expect that they can deliver us quality food and quality service, right? If you can provide that assurance to your customer, you'll be able to maintain your existing customer. Not only be able to maintain your existing customer, because once a customer is satisfied with your service, they will also market your product. Oh, let's go to this cafe, let's go to this coffee shop, let's go to this food store because they have these great products and they really have the good service. You gain more customers. QMS can also aid in your compliance effort. The data generated by your system can help you analyze your organization and metrics to determine any areas where compliance issues may arise. Data management can also be particularly useful for internal audits and other tests of your overall data landscape. So if you have a data stored already, if there are things needed by any legal system or standard organization that needs you this data, you can have all the data already. So that's why QMS is really, really important. That is the purpose of QMS. So now we go to the benefits of QMS, reducing waste. Once you are effectively and efficiently applying QMS in your system, of course, you reduce wastage in terms of rework, customer complaint, and the likes. And if you reduce waste, lowering expense and cost will also follow. And then, if you know where you lack, you are improving process because this is a continuous improvement also. And then, if there are glitches, you can identify which areas are need improvement. And then, because you need areas to be improved, you facilitate training and engage staff in order to continually apply QMS and quality products and providing quality service. And of course, establishing standard goals and objective for quality assurance. You can never have quality out if you have not, this is not part of your organizational strategy in your goals and objective to provide quality output. But if you have QMS from the first word of QMS, quality, then quality assurance can be assured not only by your customers, but other stakeholders that depends upon your organization. However, it takes a lot of effort to achieve quality assurance standards in any industry because this will entails capital However, it is arguably more difficult to maintain those standards, especially when changes in supply chain management, shipping, and logistics can cause significant roadblocks. So, shipping, logistics, these are more on your suppliers. You cannot easily apply, or there are probably roadblocks in applying QMS if or quality assurance if you do not know your suppliers, and if you already know your suppliers, how the supply are being transported. Then this is a major reason why proactive business managers often search for software solutions that help ensure they don't fall out of compliance. So there are a lot of solutions that help them to maintain quality product. And today's modern QMS solution are built to adhere. So there are already quality solutions as of the moment that are used by organization that adheres to ISO 9000:2015 or the international standard, which covers the entire system of the organization. And if this is used correctly, QMS can help an organization with multiple phases of operations can do their job if used correctly. Okay? Okay, whatever software you have, if these are ISO 9001:2015 approved, whatever, if you do not know how to use it as an organization, then it's still useless. So to continue the benefit, if QMS is really done and applied the 9001 2015, these are the enhanced benefit if QMS is done really, really right. So it permits the business to meet customer expectation and requirement, increase word of mouth advertising. So like I said, as an example, if you are a very satisfied customer, you experience delight when you avail of a certain product or service, you will actually influence your peers, your family to avail of that product because you're satisfied and you want them to experience the same experience of satisfaction you get. And then it creates loyal customers, and it creates more customers to the organization. Of course, it stimulates growth. When your quality assurance programs are monitored and enhanced with the QMS, the business can benefit from increased sales, profitability, and experience growth, while others struggles. And of course, a continuation. This is just a continuation of your activity. Don't forget. So work with the same group or the same partner. And then ask yourself, the one that you listed down a while ago, ask yourself, does your process guarantee result that will always meet expectation? So if that process is going to school, with those listed down process, does it guarantee result? Not just result, always guarantee result that meets expectation. So, and then identify and highlight those process or steps that may benefit from an improvement effort. So the rationale of this activity is introduce you to the concept of process improvement. So mention all processes that needs improvement. So you can do this with your pair. You have to brainstorm about this, okay? Because you have to somehow, you really have to do this because I will check this. So our next discussion is process improvement. So process improvement involves the business practice of identifying, analyzing, and improving existing business process to optimize performance, meet best practice standards, or simply improve quality and the end user experience for customer and end user. You might wonder guys, why successful organization are still successful even until now, even if they have been in business for decades. Let's mention Ford Motor Company. Why do you think Ford is still in business? Their cars are still selling really, really well. It may have been, it may have declined during the pandemic, but we all know that Ford is still in business. They may have faced almost bankruptcy way back, but they are able to cope up. Why? This is because they improve their process. They adapt. Process improvement can have several different names, such as BPM or business process management, BPI, business process improvement. But the bottom line is you minimize errors, reduce waste, improve productivity, and streamline efficiency. So that is the purpose of process improvement. That is the purpose of your activity actually. What are the necessary steps or process that needs improvement? So this is a proactive task, identifying, analyzing, and improving upon existing business processes within your organization that you see that this really needs improvement. So these are a lot of definition of business process, okay? Business process improvement is a key feature for many BPM software products. These products serve to automate processes that are added into the software suite. Why is it that automation is done by some company? Because they want to improve their process. And by improving process, they want less errors, less mistake, no wastage. Sad to say, human error occurs often when humans are the one touching during the production line. It's different with machines. That's why some companies, some manufacturing company automate their processes because they want to improve their output. They want to create and maintain consistently their output. So they improve their processes. So process improvement. The same with the definition. This is provided to us by IBPOP. This is a series of action taken to identify, analyze, and improve existing process within an organization if it is not performing up to expectation or error prone, so has too much defect and variation. So your goal in process improvement is to make things better. It is not, we cannot settle for good. We want to make it better, and we want to create a best practice for the organization. These actions are often follow and use specific methodology, standard, and tools which aim to reduce and eventually eliminate defects and disconnects in your process. So we will discuss this along the way. That's why we have tools in quality tools that we're going to discuss. So these are, process improvement recognizes the fact that processes are not F-O-O-L, foolproof. Even though specifically designed to produce a product or service. So some process, it's not always perfect. That's why there is a need of improvement. There is always room to improve. No matter the industry, customer needs and specification evolve. So your processes need to evolve with it. Thus, the need for process improvement efforts comes in. There are a number of process improvement methodologies that are being and used by different industries. So the next few slides actually are the list of process improvement that is most popular popularly used by organizations. Some of it are probably familiar to you in your subjects in operations management or BPO1, or the SMP4 if you have been introduced to quality management, okay? So these are the process improvement techniques used, Kaizen. So these are the several different methodologies designed to help your organization tackle process improvement. Each of these aims to help your business identify process issues, fix them, and analyze the success or failure of those changes. So Kaizen, it promotes continuous improvement with strong emphasis on lean and agile practices. Lean. If we're talking about meat, karne, lean is walay tambok. When you say walay tambok, palit ka anak dito sa Robinsons, bali ng mahala. Because lean siya. So if it is a process, it means wala siya defects or wala siya sagol nga lain because it is lean. So Kaizen focuses on improving quality, productivity, and efficiency through small shifts in a daily work or corporate culture to foster an environment that doesn't punish errors or mistake, but instead works to prevent them from happening. As the cliches go, prevention is better than cure, diba? The 5S. A part of Kaizen and Lean methodologies, it helps bring more consistency to process improvement and can standardize process improvement. The PDCA, or Plan, Do, Check, Act, this is familiarized by Deming, actually, the PDA cycle or the Deming's wheel, also part of Kaizen methodology, and it helps organization be more efficient when identifying processes that need improvement. So first is you plan, you identify the problem, create and implement a solution, you do. And then once you have done that, evaluate the effectiveness of it. So check. And then document the final result and implement the plan if it is successful. So if it is not successful, then you check, you plan again. Oh, why is it that it is not successful? We need another plan. We need to contingency plan. So you plan again, do what is planned, and the cycle continues. And of course, the Six Sigma. This is very popular. If you are a martial artist, you know what Six Sigma is. It's a level, your level, the white belt, yellow belt, brown belt, and then if you're already a master, you have a different kind of belt, and then you have a black belt. It means you have already achieved something if you are a martial artist. Maayo na kakaayo. However, these are also applied in quality and process improvement techniques. These are methodology that pulls workers up through rank classified as karate. Like I said, you start as green, and then Six Sigma involves two ways to break down process improvement through specific, the DMAIC and DMAD-V. These steps include the DMAIC: measure, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. And DMAD-V is define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. So that's Six Sigma. Napalain. And then the cause and effect analysis. Another tool born from Six Sigma is cause and effect analysis, which involves using a diagramming method to fix problem the first time by identifying the problem, discovering roadblocks, among other. Don't worry, we will discuss more on cause and effect analysis. SIPOC analysis, as the diagram format that falls under Six Sigma, measure states of DMAIC and DMAD-V, sorry. SIPOC helps organization to define and establish a process improvement project, well as identify requirements and necessary elements before starting. Value stream mapping, or VSM, helps organization visually represent customers' perception of a business process, which helps identify the value of a product, process, or service to the organization. Similar to other methodology, it's highly focused on eliminating waste. As you can observe, guys, most of this methodology wants to improve the company and by reducing waste, redundancy, and wants the process to be lean as much as possible and fix problem. But what's the use of a process improvement if you cannot fix the problem, right? So that's why these techniques are being shown to us, and these techniques are the most commonly used by organization, and they are successful actually about this, using this. And of course, TQM. You're familiar with TQM already, I think, because this has been discussed in operations management. Kanban, tool for process workflow visualization that gets business units, leadership, and employees on the same page for improvement process. Another, process mapping, visualization that helps companies map out a plan for process improvement, is process mapping. And flow chart. So this is what you're going to do. If you want to arrive at a certain output, a good quality output, you have a map to do it. And then common process improvement methodology. So quality management system standard and certification. These are those companies that checks you if you whether you are qualified for international standards, or you are qualified to be given a certificate that you are really compliant and have quality processes in your organization. So first is the ISO, International Organizational for Standardization. It's a worldwide federation of national standard bodies. So there is ISO 9001, 2008. As you can remember, I also mentioned ISO 9001, 2015. So that is the international standard. There are a lot of ISO nga kanang mga number like 2008, 2015, 2000, because it represents different aspect in the organization that you want to be given a certificate of quality standard. It depends. So ISO, so we'll discuss ISO 9001, 9001. We call it 9001. You don't read this as 90,001. That is 9001, 2008. Sets out criteria for quality management system. It can be used by any organization, large or small, regardless of its field of activity. It is implemented by over 1 million companies and organizations in over 170 countries around the world. And then this next is COPC or COPC, Customer Operation Performance Center Incorporated, a private international customer service support company in US, design business processes for customer support centers and business process organization. So like I said, it is a private company and it gives support. So if you have this certification, you are assured, customer are going to be assured that this company are doing something good for its people. Next is Quality Management System Standard and Certification. So first is CMMI. So CMMI, a process improvement approach that can be used to guide process improvement across a project, a division, or an entire organization process are rated according to their maturity level. So that is CMMI. An e-sourcing capability or ESCMSP. So a framework developed by IT-SQ at Carnegie Mellon University. So this is a best practices capability model, give the IT-BPM industry guidance that will help them improve their capability across the sourcing life cycle. So these are used by BPO company, the ESCMSP. So why use a process improvement methodology? Why? If you are Ford at the moment, do you still need this? You're already at the top of the market. You are already flourishing in your business. Why still use this? Or why use this? And then when you use this, they require resources. They require capital. But why still use them? Because it provides framework which includes the steps to be completed. Process-oriented organization uses improvement methodology because they are willing to extend the effort and resource in implementing tried and tested improvement methodologies because if executed properly, they will yield positive result. And it allows you to improve how you improve. That's why it's very, very important. Even highly globalized industry and performing well industry still use improvement methodology. So that ends our part 1 of lesson 1. Thank you and have a good day.